college actor, what's your next step? Out of college actor, are you famous yet? Out of college actor, why are you in the dumps? Out of college actor, what's your backup? We don't know. Help.
Hello? Hello? Is it me you're looking for?
Hey,
Hi.
it's Sarah and Spencer.
Here we are.
We got our second episode.
I can't believe it.
Do you want to do a quick check-in?
Yeah.
How's your life going, Spencer?
I feel like I have to preface it with if anybody can't ever hear me or understand me, it's because I don't have tonsils anymore.
Ooh.
I got them taken out, how many days ago? I got them taken out the 6th, so it'll be 2 weeks this Thursday.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Ugh.
Oh my god. So, I mean, I'm doing okay. The last week was really bad, though, because, so they scab over, right? Because they burn them out of you, essentially.
Oh.
And I had dislodged a scab in my throat, so it was like, woo!
Ew.
And then every time I, swallowed anything, it was like, no, I want to stay. And I was like, fuck. So, it was horrible. It was so bad. But, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I have some rockin' painkillers, so
Nice.
that's pretty great. What else? I don't know. I'm living the dream. I'm not working. I'm lying on the couch watching Bob's Burgers every day. I'm eating lots of popsicles.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like drowsy, but not in a sick way. Like my whole life just feels like
Yeah.
I don't know what the word is. I feel like everything's slowly melting downwards around me. I just feel like
Yeah.
That's my check-in.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's serious. I feel like I sound so weird. Do I sound weird? I sound weird, right?
Your voice sounds fatigued, but
Yeah.
that's...
It's because I rested my jaw a lot, too. So when I talk for a long time, I get tired.
Oh, yeah. I understand that.
So, I feel so weird. I hate it. All right, you go.
I'm doing good. I've got a human in my life, which is exciting.
Ooh, fancy.
Fancy.
You have a very
human.
tall human in your life.
I have a tall human
He's
in my life.
so tall.
Yeah.
I remember texting you. You were texting me about it, and I remember just in all caps being like, "Oh," you said something sweet he did, and I was like, "Aw," and then I also wrote in all caps, "He's also so tall."
Yeah. He's very, very tall and nice, and I'm super excited.
I'm smiling giddily. I'm so happy.
I'm also... What am I doing? I taught my first yoga class 2 days ago. That was terrifying, but a lot of fun. And it went well. It was just 2 people, so they were very kind. It was fun. And I am now just looking for a job. It's weird. I know, when we talked about being unemployed, you were like, I don't want to be unemployed, but also I don't mind not working. And I feel the same way. We're
paradox.
There's no rush.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Well, it makes me anxious.
Yeah.
Because, all the jobs I've worked before, you get comfortable.
Yeah.
And now you have to start all over again
Mm-hmm.
and learn new things, and I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Even if it's easy. I was looking at, jobs online, and one of them was this hotel is, hiring people to work up at the front. All you would do is, check people in and out.
Oh, that sounds
And I was
fun.
sorry, I just burped. Sorry, oh my god. It hurts. Sorry, I'm just trying to work in pain. What was I saying?
You're looking at jobs.
Oh, sorry, yes. Like, it was like, all you do is check people in and out of the hotel. I was like, that sounds so easy. But then there's a part of me that's like, oh, but it's work. Oh, but you have to be motivated to, like, go out and actually, like, do it. And what if you don't get the job? And blah, blah. Like, there's so much second guessing now.
Yeah. True. But we got time.
Yeah.
We're still living at home, so...
I'm still lazy. I feel very
Yeah.
demotivated.
That's fair. It's been weird for me because, like, I don't have a job, but I'm still just as busy, and I don't know how that happened. Or, like, I'm barely home. I'm home, like, every other day.
Oh my god.
And it's crazy. But our new routine will be established at some point.
I'm stir crazy
Yeah.
right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just... Because, I mean, I was just healing all week.
Yeah.
And when you're on the pain meds, you can't really, like, drive.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You know? So,
True.
I've just been kind of, like, chilling. It's driving me a little nuts.
Yeah. But now you're out. You're free
Yeah,
out.
I'm free. I'm out in the world now. I have my post-op on Thursday.
Ooh.
So, hopefully, they'll be like, now you can eat pizza again.
There
Because
you go.
when I got out of it, they were like, the 5 P's, where it was like, you can't have popcorn, pizza, potato chips, peanuts, and something else. Like, they're all, like, crunchy foods that can rip your scabs or whatever. So, I've just been, like, eating soft foods and crying.
Nice.
So, I'm so excited for that. Oh, Jesus.
So, what are our topics today, Spencer?
Well, Sarah, our topics today, we're gonna talk about acting first, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what I've decided. Or should we talk about post-grad first? The post-grad topic. Go back to school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is very casual format, people. Okay? I texted Sarah yesterday, what should we talk about? So.
We're living our best lives. Trying to think. I feel like if we talk about acting, that could go
stop.
anywhere. Yeah.
Let's start with something that can't stop then.
Cool.
Which is
Post-grad life.
somehow, some way.
Yeah.
The weirdest part right now is, like, that people are in school. Like,
Yeah.
I went to visit my brother the other day around, like, 3, and there was school buses taking kids back home.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is so weird. Because, I mean, it's been 4 years since I've been home while that's happening.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not, like, you usually just come home for holidays in the summer, but now I'm here all year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it just makes me feel so weird. And, like, I keep seeing posts from, like, people back at school at ISU.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still a part of all the Facebook groups for the RSOs I was in.
Yeah.
So, when people are like, we're going to be doing this, this is last meeting's notes, I was like, oh my god, this is so weird.
I feel kind of, it's so strange because I go, oh, I remember those days. And I'm like, those days were a couple months ago. But I'm like, oh man.
Oh my god.
The good old times.
The good old days. It just, I don't know. I miss the structure. I miss it so bad.
Yeah, I like the planning and, like, the structure was just, this is what you do. And
this is when this is due. You will always be doing homework at some point. Like, I have a meeting like, I felt productive.
Yeah.
And I felt motivated to be productive.
True.
But now I'm like,
Yeah. Very true. I think after graduating, you can do literally whatever you want. And I think that is so much.
I hate that.
It's, like, exciting if you look at it from one way, but the other way it's like, what?
Yeah. Like, there's just too many possibilities. There's too much to, I don't know, to look at. There's too many things you could try. Like, I could go back to school again if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Or I could get a job that's not even in my field.
Yep.
That's the other thing I've been thinking about lately, too, is, like, I wonder how many people... Because my dad used to tell me all the time, like, there are so many people who don't have jobs in their field, their, like, the degree what they got a degree in. You know, like, I think he said he was, like, I just broke my pen.
Aww.
Oh, no. That's so sad. Wait. I'm screwing it back on. I fixed it. Thank God. I feel like I sound so boring. Like, I feel like I'm hard to listen to right now.
You're good.
Good. He was saying, like, okay, so I think he got a degree in, like, communications or something, like, marketing, I want to say, but now he, like, is a CE, or he's not a CEO, but he's, like, really high up in the chain of command at, like, a company that has nothing to do with, like, what he got a degree in.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. So I'm like, what, I might not even end up doing acting at the end of the line, you know? I mean, I will obviously always do acting at some point, but, like, that it might not be in the way that I thought it was going to be. You know?
Yeah.
Because I think all of us got degrees in acting thinking, like, I'm going to be a fucking movie star, or I'm going to be doing acting all the time. That's not true.
Yeah.
You know? It'll evolve into something different.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what I'm figuring out is that you just gotta find that balance of, like, what, or, like, the openness of, like, doing what makes you happy, and maybe at some moments that might not be acting. Maybe it's just being open to changing what you think is gonna happen and what you thought your future would be to make room for something better, potentially.
You know what else, though, about postgrad life? Like, it makes me wonder if I did something, like, wrong along the way. Like, it makes me question all the choices I've made. You know? Like, I don't regret them, obviously. But there's part of me that's like, will this be worth it? Was it worth it? Because... And again, but the other thing, too, I have to remember is, like, it's a lot on you. Like, you have to make the effort. You have to go out there and do it and look for it, and which is obvious, but, like, I feel like I graduated thinking, like, I'm just gonna go out there and do all this stuff. Like, I thought I was gonna be more motivated, more ready to jump into adulthood than I actually am. You know?
Yeah. I also think what I've observed is I feel like before graduating, I felt like when you graduated, like, all of a sudden, like, you're an adult, you have all this stuff lined up, and, like, this is how your life's gonna be. But being out here, I feel like no one knows what they're doing at any given moment. Even, like, people that are, like, in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, I feel like no one has a clue what's going on, ever.
We're like little bees. Bumbling along.
Little bees.
Bumbling next to each other.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah, just... Dude, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's weird.
Stresses me out.
Yeah. I think it's so strange. Like, I loved college.
I loved it.
Even, like, I went to, like, a college prep high school, and they go, this is going to prepare you for college, but then I enter college, and it's nothing like what high school was supposed to be preparing me for. Like, it's a completely different system, and then college is supposed to prepare you for the real world, but, like, there's nothing similar about being in college and being out in the real world, so I'm like, where's the line in that? Like, I think what I take with me is that I've learned how to be, like, who I am as a person. I've, like, grown more into that and delved into, like, learning about myself and being confident in that, and I can take that with me into the real world. But, and maybe, like, meetings. I do miss meetings at school. I thought there'd be more meetings in real life, but
yeah.
Yeah, it's just strange that, like, they prepare you for the real world, but it's not like college.
You know what I feel like college did for me is it helped me somehow within a controlled environment learn more about myself.
Yeah.
Like, I never thought I would ever be the president of an RSO.
Yeah.
And I was. I never thought I would have anything to do with anything other than acting, but I was the head of marketing for 2 years in Free Stage.
Yeah.
Like it helped me build my confidence. That's when I got into my first serious relationship was in college. So then I learned how to be an individual with someone else. You know, so I think college helped me start to develop the kind of person that I didn't even know I could be.
True.
And then you're supposed to get into the adult world and sort of run with that.
Yeah.
You know? But at the same time, I feel like now that I'm out here, I need to take even more time to figure out who I am and what I want. Because I learned all these new things about myself.
Yeah.
In college. And now I'm out here and I'm like, okay, well, what do I do with them? Or what do I want to do with them?
True.
You know, like suddenly I have this kind of, like, I like being a leader. I like teaching people. I like helping people. I like creating things. And that's not what I went to school for. But it's what I came out with. So it's like, it's just like, what do you do in terms of society? And also, what do you do with yourself?
Yeah.
Now that you're out here.
True.
I sound so fucking weird, dude. Like, I can hear it. I sound like, I don't know. It's like, it's because, I don't know. Just because, like, even the back of my tongue is, like, sore.
Yeah.
It just sounds weird. I sound so fucking weird. I sound like there's something in my mouth.
But there's something less in your mouth.
I drew a little cartoon in my notes of 2 little tonsils. And they're crying, and they say, "Why did you get rid of us?" I also found out the other day that they can grow back.
Oh, God.
I know.
Weird.
And if they if they grow back, I'm fucking rioting. I am. I'm gonna riot.
Down with tonsils.
Down with tonsils. Jesus Christ. Oh, because our mutual friend and some people who are listening will know this person, Anthony.
Yes.
Told me he's like a case study because his grew back.
Oh.
And it's because it's so rare. Which is, I don't know. If they grow back, I'm not doing this again, so.
Fair.
So I apologize to everybody. I sound like, I don't know. I sound foggy. This is what fog would sound like.
Yeah.
I could talk. I feel like this is so depressing what we're talking about right now, too.
This is welcome to the real world. This is what it's like.
This is what we had in mind. We wanted to bum everybody out when we started this. Oh my God. Jesus. I don't know. I just feel so... It reminds me of this exercise we did in Paul Denhart's movement class. When he'd be like, you're moving through soup. That's how it feels like.
Yeah.
You're moving through fucking soup.
Yeah.
You're just trying to, I don't know, get your shit out.
Yeah. Because I've noticed time moves differently.
It moves so slow.
Yeah. So you could do so much in a day, but you can also not do much and it's still okay. Because more time is coming and you don't, it's so weird. Time just moves differently.
Yeah.
Which is strange. Maybe it's because we don't have, like, a set schedule.
But then, when I get a set schedule...
Yeah.
Am I going to suddenly wake up 5 years later and be like, what did I do?
Yeah. I get
Why
too restless.
Did I do this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want structure, but I want structure that can change. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's probably why I picked acting.
Exactly.
Because it's not consistent.
Yeah.
Because I cannot imagine, like, sorry, there's a little spider out there. I just totally got distracted. There's a spider outside Sarah's window. It's living its best life. Sorry, what was I saying? Oh, like, I know there are people who get these jobs and they, like, sit behind a desk all day, or they, like, are working on the computer all day, or they're doing this or that, whatever, like, the same thing every day for the rest of your life. And if that works for you, great. Or if you're willing to do that, great. But I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's just the struggle, I guess, of the artist.
Yeah, it's like exciting because you never know what's gonna happen.
Exactly.
But also, there's a chance that nothing will happen for a while. But who knows? That's a thrill of it.
As our Lord and Savior, Jenna Fisher, told us. It took her 8 years to get to the office.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, we should talk about that book soon.
We should, we really
Maybe
should.
that'll be our next episode.
Teaser trailer then for next episode. Read all of Jenna Fisher's
The Life of the Actor.
Survival Guide, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is so good.
Yeah. Especially if you haven't graduated yet. It's a great book to read in college.
And to get you started.
Yeah.
Because I started reading it after graduation.
Yeah.
And it really helped with a lot of the initial panic, I feel like. I feel like that's a big thing, too. Right after you graduate, you kind of panic.
Yeah.
You're like,
oh, yeah.
Fuck. Like, I did 4 years at school. I have this degree. Now what? What do I do? Was this a mistake? Like, what the fuck am I going to do now? And then Jenna's like, shh, little baby. It's going to be okay. Take your time. That was something else, too. I was listening to our first episode again the other day.
Yeah.
And I said something like, I feel like everything's moving so fast. Like, I feel like I'm on a timeline. Like, I only have so many, like, how much longer am I going to be here? Like, I need to get shit done now. But I saw this post the other day, and it was, like, just a reminder that you have so much time. Like, I started my apprenticeship at the age of 40, or I married the love of my life at 50. Like, I got my dream job when I was, like, 45. Like, all these people were, like, just, like, it was basically commenting on how there's this societal pressure to, like, get everything done between the ages of 20 to 30.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're 30 and older, you can't go back and do what you wanted to do. And that's just not true.
Yeah.
It's not. You have all this fucking time. As much as it seems like you don't.
Yeah.
It was comforting. Because the other day I was freaking out and I was like, I'm going to die one day. And if I don't do all the shit I want to do before then, I'm going to riot. I don't know how, but here we are. I'm going to riot from beyond the grave. And it's just like, but like you have so much time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. I can't do certain things or like I can't even say certain syllables. That's how my tongue works. I was trying to say something to Jack the other day. I was trying to say like you're anonymous and
damn it. Anonymity.
Yeah, but I couldn't get past one of like the syllables because of the back of my tongue, and I was like, I can't say it.
Anonymity. That's what it is.
Anonymity. Like makes my tongue feel weird. Jesus Christ. If you're getting your tonsils out, guys.
Beware.
Don't laugh ever. Oh my god. I mean, I don't. The other thing, something I want to bring up too. We have a Gmail. It's outofcollegeactor@gmail.com. And if you ever want to ask questions or throw something our way that we should talk about, do it. Because,
yes, please.
Honestly, Sarah and I text the day before, and then we just sit here and talk about what came to our minds, you know? So, like, if there's, like, something we're missing or something where you're like, I feel this, you should talk about that. Like, just throw it out there. Because, again, it's like, I mean, we're just two girls sitting in a basement talking about it, you know? So.
Yeah, send an email or do, like, a Facebook.
Oh, yeah, message us.
A Facebook group.
Yeah. You know? There's a lot to unpack about. This is, again, why this podcast isn't just for, like, theater people. Because it's also just about post-grad life in general. Like, there's a lot to fucking unpack. Like, not, like, it's not... Give me a second. It's not just, like, post-grad depression and anxiety and whatnot. It's, like, how do you deal with relationships now that you're in the real world? How do you deal with friendships? How do you deal with family? How do you deal with, like, I just got a credit card.
Yeah.
I'm working on my credit score right now. How do you deal with that? How do you deal with jobs? How do you deal with... so much stuff.
I think that even begs the question of, like, what's it like if you didn't go to college or didn't graduate?
Which
What
I'd also like to
is
hear.
that like? Yeah, I'd love to hear like an artist or like anyone's
if you have
their take on that too.
Yeah, if your story is different than ours, feel free to share, because again, we don't speak for everybody. We don't speak for all the actors. We don't speak for all adults.
We should speak for all adults, I think.
I think we should.
I think we're pretty sound and rational.
I think I get really emotional. I feel like you're a lot better at keeping a level head than I am.
It'd be a good balance.
It would be.
Yeah.
Jack was just telling me yesterday. He's like, some things we can't talk about because you will get emotional. I was like, I know, I cry a lot, okay? Like,
Same.
I can't help it. Well, he said you have a bleeding heart, is what he said to me. I was like, well, it's my downfall. It is. I get too emotional. I can't deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think I just wanted to reiterate that. Like, it's not, sometimes we probably won't even talk about theater at all on here. Sometimes we'll probably just talk about whatever shitty adult thing is happening at the time.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the life of an out-of-college actor.
What is your backup? Which I love. I love our title.
Yeah. What's your backup?
We're taking back all those shitty questions you get asked as an actor and using it to our advantage.
What are you going to do if this doesn't work out? What are you going to do as
What's plan B?
real job? What's your real job going to be?
Oh, you're an actor? Okay, but what really? What really are you doing?
Let me know when you're famous. Don't forget about me.
Let's unpack that, though, for real.
Yeah.
Why? Why do you have to be, like, on the level of fucking... Let's pick someone. If you're not Meryl Streep, you're not a good enough actor. You know, like, why... What? Why is... I guess I get why that's set as the level of success, but, like, look at people who are, like, less famous.
Yeah.
Like, take someone like Audra fucking McDonald, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? She's brilliant. She's amazing.
Yeah.
She is well known in the theater world. She's not, like, famous on the level of fucking...
Hollywood and all that, yeah.
But she's a successful actor, and why isn't that okay?
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's a weird battle between the mainstream and what everyone takes in, and then what we do as artists sometimes is different and not seen.
Yeah. Ugh. It's like, I feel like... I'm gonna reference Jenna Fisher again. She talked about, like, how she had this friend who was considered a professional, successful working actor, but that just meant he had consistent enough gigs for that 1 year where he could pay the bills. And then the next year maybe he wasn't as successful, but he was still a working actor. Yeah. And he was still acting, and, you know, like, what... I just wish... I mean, we're not going to change lives on this podcast, maybe. Well, maybe we will. But, like, I just wish we could break that stereotype of, like, the arts is so necessary. It's in everything you see. Yeah. You know? Literally everything. Like, my walls are painted. Like, purple, and a bunch of Chicago sports teams are all over it. Art. The TV we watch, the movies you watch, video games, commercials, video games, books, paintings, music, design, fashion, like, it's literally everywhere. And it's so fucking important. Yeah. It's crazy. Value the goddamn arts. That's the other thing. Value the fucking arts. Yeah. Like, I just think too about... Wow, this episode is, like, really serious. We're in it. Right out the gate. No more fun and games. We hooked you in with that first episode, and now here we are, and you're like, why am I listening to this? The promo was a lie. Like, if you didn't go to ISU and you listened to this podcast, this is episode 2, maybe I'm being presumptuous, but I feel like I have to explain it. like, our building was built, it seemed, in, like, the 1700s. Like, it has been updated in years. Like, we had plumbing issues. We had ceilings falling.
Mm-hmm.
We had, like, I have a tile from the floor, from the 3rd floor acting class that we had a class on the 3rd floor, and the floor was broken, and because it was made up of different tiles, where they didn't just give it a new floor, they would just repair whatever spot was broken. And the floor was beat up so bad, I had a tile. I have, like, a physical floor tile in my room right now.
Yeah.
You know? It was, like that building was insane. Mm-hmm. And it was right next to the State Farm Hall of Business, which was a fucking, like, the state-of-the-art, sorry. Thank you.
Excuse me.
Thanks for the solidarity.
I'm with you.
So many burpings. And I get, like, financials and whatnot, but I read an article where Larry Dietz was even saying, he was, like, the president of ICU, he was like, it is costing us more money to repair that building than it would be to just build them a brand new one. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, why aren't we doing that?
Yeah.
You know?
And that's a whole
another ballgame.
Funding, yeah. There's so many different...
Well, and also Illinois is such a fucked up state in terms of, like, corruption and finance and shit. Like, we didn't even have a budget for a while.
Yeah.
So, but it's like that. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
If you start devaluing the arts early, that's how it becomes what it is now. Mm-hmm. This idea of, like, it's not important, or what's your backup? And this all falls apart, you know?
Yeah.
Shit, dude.
It's interesting. I know, when I don't know, I feel like as an artist, like, we're already living, like, this, as a career for an artist, like, this is what we're doing, like, this is it. And I know, when I was, like, looking for jobs after I graduated, like, just finding, like, my dog walking job or wherever I applied to, like, be a barista or whatever, and then, I'd be told, like, well, that's not your career, so, like, you can work on this for now, and then, like, settle into your career later on. And I'm like, well, I'm already living my career as an artist. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm auditioning and just looking for work as an artist, but, like, this is my career. Mm-hmm. I'm in it. I've made it. And it's taking it from there, which is interesting that for some reason a career has to be a consistent, making consistent money and going in for work 5 days a week and all that stuff. Because, like, I feel like our life is just so different than what everyone else sees. And, like, even, like, media portrays that, too, of, like, in The Office, you see people working in an office. How I Met Your Mother, it's people living in an apartment and then going to a bar. Yeah. And working in the day. Like, that's, you see normal lives, in TV, which is cool, because that's what we're, as artists, we try to portray life. But the artist's life
with
is
Joey.
Yeah, true.
How he's always borrowing money and stuff. Like, he was kind of like... but it had truth in it, too.
Yeah. It's interesting. Who are the artists that do art for artists? That's a question.
It reminds me of that whole thing that just happened with the Cosby actor. Where they took that photo of him at Trader Joe's. Like, that's not... To me, I was like, it's sad that you've turned it into something horrible. Mm-hmm. That's the actor life. Yeah. You have a job as an actor, and it's great, and when it ends, you gotta find a way to pay the bills. Yeah. And there's nothing shameful about that. There's nothing... And all these people were commenting who weren't actors. They were like, I've seen actors who were paid, like, 20 cents for a job, or, this is ridiculous. Like, where was this passion for the arts before? Yeah. Because it's a famous person, it's not okay. Yeah. But, like, that's really the life. Yeah. Or maybe he didn't want to be an actor anymore. Yeah. You know? And he was even like, people were like, I want to offer you roles. And he's like, I want to audition. Like, I'm not working at Trader Joe's for fucking charity. Like, I work there because that's how I pay my bills. Yeah. You know? And I audition. Like, it made me so mad. Mm-hmm. And even the woman who posted it was like, I regret taking that photo. It's like, yeah, because you fucking you don't know. You don't know. Like, it's fucking hard, but that's what we sign up for.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not hard. Sometimes it is. And, like, who are you to judge that?
True.
Society. I hate it.
Yeah, get our shit together.
Yeah, let me just work at Trader Joe's. Like, fuck, dude. I don't know. Trader Joe's is a nice place to work at, though, I heard.
I'm sure. I believe that.
My cousin works there.
Mm.
She's worked there for a while. She really likes it there.
Nice.
Just off topic a little bit. I don't know. Just like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
And here's my biggest hope, though, for the people we know, at least.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody we graduate with or somebody we know who graduated with an acting degree ever doesn't get a job in acting, like does something else,
Yeah.
I would hope that nobody from our class would be like, not our class, but like nobody in the theater world that we know or whatever would be like, well, why?
Yeah. Or be judgmental about
Exactly.
it.
Because
Yeah.
it's like, we all know how goddamn hard this is.
Yeah.
And if you gotta stop and go do something else so you can pay your rent, do it.
Yeah.
If acting's not fulfilling certain things in your life and you need to prioritize something else over it, do it.
Yeah.
You don't just stop being a theater artist when you go do something else.
Mm-hmm.
You're always an artist.
Yeah.
Somebody else said that, by the way. I'm not saying, don't quote me, but like that's what I always think about is like, it doesn't, I don't know. And you find other outlets to fill that hole.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. We're all on our own journey. And, like, it's hard not to compare what we do to what other people are doing, but we're all different people. And we just have to embrace the fact that we're not going to have the same journey as someone else, and we'll be doing different things.
I really want to emphasize that, too. It's like, yeah, we are all on our own journey. Don't judge other people for where they're at in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like, for instance, like, I'm not doing any acting.
Mm-hmm.
You are acting. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. That
we're on different stages of it right now. You know, like, there's no need to... Just because I see it. I see people on social media, like, judging other people for where they are and what they're doing and how successful they are. And that's not... Why?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Mm-hmm. You know? You're sitting on social media judging people.
Yeah.
I hate social media, too. It has just created this, like, extra layer of pressure.
Mm-hmm. That's
know?
true.
Like, the need to be like, look what I'm doing now. Like,
very true.
I'm successful. Like, please love me and accept me.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And if you don't post anything, people are like, oh, like, you're a fucking loser. Like, it just adds, like, this whole other fucking level of, like, I have to be perfect. I have to show that the good side of things. Mm. But you know what? This social media, this podcast is not the good side of things.
Hell yeah. Welcome to the ugly.
Hello. It sucks. But it's real.
Yeah.
And it'll pass.
Yeah.
It will.
There's a bright side somewhere.
Always. Well, because you know what? We're all on our own journey, but you know what? You can do something I can't. I can do something you can't. This person has this strength, this person has that strength. Like, everybody has something about them that makes them unique, that makes them... I wish I could describe the motion I'm doing, but it's like, I don't know, like, I'm doing, like, the, yes, you are amazing, kind of... Like, I don't know, just don't judge people. Fuck.
Yeah.
Be happy for others when they're successful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm happy for? Shout out Cassie Green. There it is. Have you been following her on Instagram and stuff?
Yeah.
She's just, she's
doing
a shining
stuff.
star.
Yeah.
I love her so much.
She's working her butt off.
We love you, Cassie.
You're lovely, wonderful human.
Oh my god. She posted something the other day about her feet, and I was like, but girl, that means you fucking worked your ass off.
Love it.
Just, like, support your fellow artists.
Yeah.
You know? Support people. love on them. Like, I've noticed that every time somebody posts something, like, I'm doing this now, I'm doing that now, I always am, like, immediately, like, I have to like this. 'Cause, like, this business is so hard.
Yeah.
And if you don't lift people up when you have the chance to, when they go down, when you go down, you're gonna go down hard.
Yeah.
You know? So it's just, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Can you tell I've been thinking about this a lot?
Yeah. Support each other.
Not just in theater, too, but in life. In
Yeah.
life. If someone's struggling, like, don't hesitate. Especially with how the world is right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much negativity. Just, like, fucking reach out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Life's fucking hard.
Yeah.
Find people who are gonna be good to you.
Yeah. And be good to other people.
Exactly. Should we wrap things up?
Yeah.
What's a
think
good
so.
thing? We'll end on a good note. Like we did last time. What's something good that happened this week? That you didn't say and check in already?
Something good that happened.
Something little. Even if it's little.
I got an avocado as a gift. That was exciting. And I used it today for toast. It was really good.
Find people who will give you avocados.
Yes.
That is good. I love avocados.
Yeah.
What did I do? I was able to put salt on my eggs
Hell yeah.
this week, which I couldn't really do this week because of my tonsils. But I put salt on my eggs the other day and it was delicious.
Nice.
So that was pretty good.
Salt on eggs and avocado toast. That sounds so good.
I made avocado toast once, real quick anecdote, with but I put spinach on it, avocados, and bacon. It was so good.
I put bacon on mine today.
It's so good, dude.
Yeah. Oh, it's spinach.
De-fucking-licious.
Wow.
Put some olive oil on that bread.
Ooh.
Rub some garlic in it.
Ooh.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
Spencer's avocado toast recipe. I've just revealed it. Alright, should we end on that same phrase from last time, too?
Sure.
Should that be our ender every time?
Why not? Mamma Mia 2 comes in clutch.
Always. Do what makes your heart soar.
Do what makes your heart soar.